Good morning. So today I'm going to batten down the hatches a bit more. We've got some moderate to strong winds coming in, and so I'm just going to make sure that everything's all secure and the doors securely put on the greenhouse, just in case any of that, becomes vulnerable. I also brought some lavender over and another shrub that I had spare over in my garden that just didn't really have a decent home for it. So I'm planning on putting them in the pond. Like, not in the pond, but I mean around the pond. So this one, let me just show you. So this evergreen tends to hang over a bit, so I just thought that'd be a good bit of shade for the newts, frogs and whatever wildlife needs a bit of shade from the sun and from some birds. So hopefully that'll mature a bit more now that it's in some lovely soil, and it'll root down now over the winter, and hopefully this will be its forever home. The pond's filling up a bit. I'm going to have to go in there now and take up the leaves and debris, because I think that's going to become a bit of a bog otherwise. Maybe I'll put some netting over the top just to keep the leaves from blowing in there. But then again, it's a nature pond, I just don't want it to become too messy before I put all the plants and things in. So we've got a bit of a bog here now it's been raining. So I put a temporary fence across the boundary of the new area of the pond and things, so that the chickens over the next few months can still graze and weed all that area and dig about, so that they've got extra space. Unless bird flu comes in, which it happens every year, but until then, until I have the notification that they've got to be locked in, they can use this area. Come on. Good morning. So the plan is to now take out one of my trees. I think it's my plum tree, and move that to the plot. So I'll gradually, when the trees become more dormant, this one's really dormant now, so I'll dig this one out, put it on my new plot from my old plot, and then put it back in. Right, let's have a cup of coffee. So let's have a look at some of the progress. So obviously the plum or possibly apple tree is in. I've moved some of the bushes now that were just here, and I've dotted them, hold on, down the side of this fence, so it'll become a bit of a boundary, blackcurrant boundary. I still haven't decided where everything else is going yet. I've put another blackcurrant here, and then I had some plants at home that I brought over, and these osteos, they overwintered last year on my plot, so I'm hoping that they will again this year. If not, you know, I'll have to put something else there. But I've added some shrubs and some more soil at the back now, so I'm going to put some bark in, and I'm now going to plant my allium bulbs, so we should have a nice bit of a display there in the spring. There had to be a hedge cutting right now, didn't there? Right next to me. So I thought I'd speed up the process by adding my Bosch pump to one of the barrels and filling up the pond, because I've got some pond plants over in my home pond that can go in here. So I can start doing that then and start landscaping the area. Plus with the water in it, with all the wind coming as well, I don't want to risk the fact that the pond will start blowing away. So far the pond looks like this. So I'll obviously put some stonework around this when I got time, but the pond's full. It's a bit cloudy at the moment because I've been dropping bits of bark and wood into it and dirt. So progress. So I've come over tonight and there's 2 in the coop and there's 2 in the run. So I put the 2 in the run obviously in the coop. God, I got scared then. It was a blooming raspberry cane just blew over. I need to sort this out. Yeah, so I'm going to head home now. I've put them all in, they're all secure, and it's time to get back home. But I'd rather them in out the cold, and the wind is going to be heavy tonight, so at least they're all in. Right, let's get home. So I've had to come over and quickly batten down more of the hatches. A lot of the panels on the greenhouse on the sides have come off. There's been some glass damage, and a lot of planters have been pushed over and things like that. But I'm just putting all the panels back in the greenhouse and securing the door back on. The wind is horrific up here. I'm just hiding in a bit of a break here now, and there's people that have had their shed roofs taken off. This greenhouse, I'm not sure how it's going to fit. I've anchored it down more now, but the wind is just crazy up here, absolute crazy. Trees are blown down. I'm just going to finish off this now and I'm going to head back home. As you can see, people are losing their shed roofs, the polytunnels, people's doors are all breaking off. I've just had to secure a couple of plot holders, greenhouses with some screws and some batten. All the doors are smashed out. I can see another window pane that's been smashed in that greenhouse as well, so at the top. So, oh, and another one there. So it's just everyone's greenhouses and everything's been smashing about. So I've had to put the gate back on. The wind is coming this direction, and for some reason it's buckled the brackets. Luckily I had some spare brackets, so I put them on now. I'm just gonna have to screw a panel on the gate tonight, and then hopefully then the wind will pass. I'll have to just climb over the gate. But it's chaos here, absolute chaos. is ripping the allotments all apart. We've had people down the bottom lose their shed roofs. There's nets and everything blowing all over everything. We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.